Either way, you are going to be recorded, so I hope you're fine with that. I would like to welcome you all to the first TED Talk. I will call it a Light Talk in the community Lighthouse that I created with the amazing community of coaches don't play, and together with you guys that are in here. And I want to personally thank Dennis that came here to talk. And this is something that Michelle and you have been working on together. You have been doing some videos together about your amazing product. And I would give Michelle a few words to introduce you, Dennis. She knows you best of the people here. And then I'm going to let you take your story away, blow our minds.
Sure, surely will. I hope so.
All right, guys. Well, Dennis, as you all know, I hope you've seen the post, is a 21-year-old entrepreneur who's not had one business, but actually two. And the latest one he's going to tell us all about is a product he developed on his own and distributed all over the world, or is going to distribute all over the world right now. It's a product that's completely new. And well, I'm going to let you take over here, Dennis, because you know the product better than anyone. So welcome, Dennis.
Hello, everyone. Thanks for having me. I'm just very honored to be here. Like we have this amazing community building and building up, and I'm like the first person who can talk about my story. And I don't want to talk to like only about myself. I'll also, uh, yeah, try to bring you guys into the conversation, and also. The whole call is for people who want to start something, right? Who want to, but who are afraid of, who have something that they're afraid of. It might be, like going to the gym, how to achieve a goal, right? Okay, if you look at me, right, I'm like not super muscular, but if it's about entrepreneurship, for example, that you start your journey, that you don't think you're too old for something, that you don't think you're too young or too whatever, that you actually start, right? And so this is my goal. It's to inspire at least one person or make you guys 1% of the day better. So then I'm going to share something with you here on my screen. Can everybody see it?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great. Okay, so let's talk about who I am. I'm 21 years old, right? I just finished high school here in Germany. I was born here and also raised. Why I say that is because my parents are from the Soviet Union, and I also speak Russian very fluently. Does anybody here speak Russian?
We have Kirill in the house,
Kirill?
the Moldovan
Is
prince.
Привет. Yes. So yeah, I finished high school, had my like final exam, and now I'm out. And yeah, I'm generally very open to risk, and I have very big goals in life. And so what I'm a personality that doesn't take the normal route like everybody else does, but I do my own stuff. And you'll also see what I mean by that in a minute. Yeah, so to my past. I think it's interesting to say I always played video games and since kindergarten, but I stopped three years ago 3 years ago when I was 18. And why that is interesting is because almost every one of my friends who I have now in my circle who do online business, they all played video games like crazy people. And this has something to do with the mindset of it because a video game is is very much like life, right? You have that same level up in a video game like you have in life. You go to the gym and you pump those weights, and so you max out your strength stats, for example, right? Or you go into the university, you learn, and now you have plus 10 knowledge, for example. So that's how you could see it. And that's very much how I see it. So I myself, I'm leveling up in this life. And the level can be anything, right? Can be, money, your body, your network, everything. But there's always like some degree where you are. But mostly level, in my view, is money and also energy. But if your energy is up here, then your money is also up here. But we will talk about this manifestation later on in the end. Right, I played video games. I had to restart my fifth grade because of it, because I didn't do my homework. I played so much Minecraft, didn't learn for school, and then I restarted fifth grade. But it was actually good because, well, I also never had so many friends in the past because I was just very closed and my social skills weren't so good. I also liked, having like a deciding leader role, and I played Clash of Clans, which I think many of you guys know, where I like just to have a team and have a team and look how we can build out our clan. Now, today I want to share you those three things. So 10 biggest life lessons so far from my entrepreneurial journey, which you can also apply to everyday life, right? It's about people, it's about your mindset, it's about uh, giving thoughts of giving up, uh, who you're going to listen to and who not. And also then after that, we're going to talk about productivity, how to be as productive as possible. And I'm going to share you one thing that really nobody talks about for some reason. And lastly, we were talking about manifestation because I think this is also a very important topic that people sleep on. Now, how did I start with my journey? How did I start being, let's say, different from other people? When we are all in school, we're kind of the same. We're all students. Of course, everyone has different personalities, but like the status in life is it's the same. We're all student status, student role in society. But I always liked making money. I started working here with children in my school, right? I was in 11th grade, and no, I was in 10th grade, and I looked after like fifth graders, helped them with homework, looked after them, played with them. That was my job. I got 10 euro an hour. And later on, like in parallel, actually, I started, I wanted to make even more income. I wanted to have more income, and I started unbanning Instagram pages with different algorithms and different programs. And I was quite successful with it, but I stopped because of the following thing, and that was my student company. And my student company, I was like, it was insanely successful. Now, you probably will think, okay, student company, was it? What is it actually? I mean, cannot be that big, right? You're wrong. You're definitely wrong. And I'll show you why. And after that, I did, iPhone reselling, and then I had Remember Tag, which is my product right here, which I will show you guys later on. Now, oh, now, Car Education is a student company, right? And every year in our school, and or almost every school in whole Europe, people come together to have a student company. Now, what does it actually mean? You come together to create some type of product and have a company, and you never did it before, so you need to figure out how to do it through trying. And we were very successful. So it's like a competition with every other student company out there. So you just need to be the best team, like have the best team spirit. You need to have the best product. You need to have the best strategy for the product. You need to, well, just do a better job than the others. And you have presentations in front of CEOs and high-ranking management people from big companies, and you need also to have like talk to the jury, have interviews, and all that while being in 11th grade, right? We're all 17 and 18 years old, and we have now this task of do something good and make it right. Now, I'd like to show you guys my the Instagram account. Okay, it's not showing. Hold on. Uh, do you guys see the Instagram page here?
Yes.
Yes. So this was the account, right? This was the company that we have launched. Now it's called careducation.de. It looks very, it looks established, right? We have good branding, but how did we actually start? You must imagine everyone comes together in this room, and then we need to figure out what a good company does, how to win this competition. And so we had roles, like in a real company. We had people who work in the production department and the marketing. We had people who worked who were like with the press. And let me scroll down. This was the beginning, right? And we needed a CEO, of course. And like for every department, we also needed like a higher ranked person who just so it looks like a company. The salary was 50 cents an hour. So it was nothing. And we had to be motivated in some way. And now I was thinking, okay, so I always wanted to join a company like this, to have a company like this. And the thing is, I wasn't sure if I want to be, what role I want to be. I asked my mother, who is very supportive, about what role I should, take. And I asked her also if I should be like the CEO or something, if I can actually make it. And she said, yes, just try it. And now when we had a group meeting in person after school every day, every week on Tuesday. And when we came together, I said, hey, I would like to be the CEO of the group of 13 people. Does everyone follow me up until this point? If yes, okay.
Sure,
Yeah.
keep going.
Okay, good. Right. And I presented myself, so how I would represent the company, would do all my best. And there were two other people who applied, but I was like selected. And then, well, okay, Mr. Dennis CEO, do something. Okay, so I had no idea what I was doing. I just wanted to do it, and here we are, right? I need to figure out how to run this shit. Now, so we had a person who was really good in designing, and he actually designed the Instagram post, and after some time, also did it myself. But yeah, I mean, we look pretty professional, and there were like we had people who bought stocks like paper for 10 euro, and this is our school principle. So that's just so you understand the scope of it. And after a while, we actually had our logo, and it took 3 weeks to have that logo. And I will tell you guys why this was really bad later on. After I present, after I show you guys what it actually was. Now, everything you see, it was made by us. The name, the logo, the posts, the photos, the text, and this game, this prototype. We created a card game which was a fusion of Monopoly and Uno, and also lots of sprinkles of ecology, ecology. And this was the game which we created. It looks like this, right? It's called Education. And everything you see here on my screen, do you guys see my screen, right? No, my camera.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yes.
everything you guys see here is developed by us, by the whole team. And we did it after school. We did it in our weekends. We did it like we met each other. We met up, and this is how it all looks like, right? I gave someone the task to write this instruction, and we had cards which actually, every card was designed, had its own function and everything. And of course, we had to print it somewhere, right? Every piece what you see required so much work, right? And we gave stocks and made photos to politicians who were like local small politicians. And now at one point, there was a big turning point for the whole company. Now, as you can see here, this is how a post, like a card looked like. We made card posts, right, for Instagram, and also educated the people. So it's like it's an education game. This is why it's called education, and the company is called Card Education because we educate people about topics. Now, she was actually a high-ranking politician from the Bundestag. That's like, what is it in the US? How do you like the highest parliament where all the decisions are made? What is it in the US? Anybody know the answer?
I'm
Maybe an
unsure. I
American.
think it's called the parliament. Yeah.
Yeah.
What parliament?
I believe it's the House of Representatives, but that might be the wrong terminology. Cooper, do you know? We're over here in the US.
I think
I
Julie
believe
have an answer.
Well, there's checks and balances. I won't get into that. Probably state and probably Senate and House of Reps and judicial system.
A
There's like branch.
There
yeah,
you go.
House of Reps is what I would think. Yeah.
House of Reps. Right. So she was from the House of Reps, and this is a huge turning point, and I'll show you guys in a minute why it was. Now, this was actually our marketing team, and yeah, we presented the whole team essentially, right? This was our group, and this is our teacher. But the teacher, he was like, unfortunately, he was not there at the beginning so much, and so I was like, to be honest, most of the time alone. And especially at the start, I really had to get out of my cozy comfort zone and just face everything, face reality that I'm like doing this. But I was also ready for it. And yeah, then we released our card game. It cost €9.99. And we had a release party, right? Because as we invited like parents, friends, the people who bought stocks, politicians, we invited them all to our school, and we presented our card game. This was, yeah. And everything you see is like organized by us as well. So it's like crazy amount of work. And then came the the competition. And actually, so there were five other companies who we competed against, and we're from a state called Hessen. So it's not a big state. And in other cities, there were like in other states, there were much more companies, but this was like online because of COVID. And yeah, we became the best company in our state because we had a good interview. We had with the jury. They liked our team spirit, right? You guys, you cannot imagine. You need to motivate people to work for free, to do something that might not work. And we won the state award. And we started, we also sold in our city locally, and people who came by, we talked to them, hey, are you interested in blah blah? Did some sales, and it was never about money, not about big money. It was only just for me, it was to get the experience, and for us all, it was just also experience, but winning the competition. And then now, look, guys, this is Robert Habeck. He's the minister of ecology, well, like climate in Germany, and he had our game. And do you guys remember this woman? She was this lady. She actually had our game in our school, and she showed it to him, and he liked it. And then, do you guys know who this guy is? 3 guesses.
Prime Minister.
No, sorry.
Yeah,
Olaf Scholz, Olaf Scholz, Olaf Scholz.
Olaf
It's
Scholz.
Olaf Scholz.
Elias.
Olaf
Richtig.
Scholz.
And this is Nancy Faeser. She's the Minister of Internal Affairs. So it was insane. There was no company ever who had this, right? So before our country nationwide competition, we were invited to Bloomberg. So they coached us how to do the best presentation. We had 3 minutes to present our product, and they coached us on it. Yes, this Bloomberg, the real one in Frankfurt. And then Well, we arrived with the whole team. By train, we played the card game also for marketing. We did some photos, and our Minister of Internal Affairs, Nancy Faeser, this woman, this lady, she actually made a video about us, about our company, right in like one day before the nationwide competition. And yeah, we won. We were the best now. We were the best company in whole of Germany. Can you imagine? And we had 8 other companies in our school in every year before that, and we were the one which actually won. And in our whole state, no other company won in the last 20 years. So we were actually the first company after 20 years in our state to win this competition, which was insane. Yeah, here you can see me, and I was very proud. And of course, this guy, this guy too, and she as well. But I also knew deep down that there's lots of more work to be made because in 3 weeks for us, it means that we will fly into Tallinn and present our product, our business in English. Yes, English. We are Germans. Our English sucks. I hope mine doesn't. I mean, I'm giving my best, but normally Germans are known for this, and we are the ones that are going there. And yeah, I mean, this is a team we were very proud. And I mean, we had we like in the nationwide competition again. There were like the highest ranking official people from different companies, like Deloitte. You guys know Deloitte, Rewe, which is like Costco in Germany, and yeah, different like economy. Well, big players essentially, insurances, AXA. Yeah. Right. And then we flew into Tallinn and we had to compete against every winner of every country in Europe. It was 43 winners, like best company of Italy, best company of Spain, best company of UK, right? And it was a big event. It was a very big event. So if you take a look at this video, or no, actually, I will show you here a couple of stories. It was a hugely organized event, very fancy, and looked like this. No, here it is. One second. Ah, here, Gen E. My bad. So it was yeah. We met lots of people from other countries. And everyone had very interesting company ideas. This was Drinkhalm from Austria, and you guys, you won't imagine what they did. They had like a straw for drinks, which was made out of paper, but when you and it's closed on both ends, and when you open it, you have like a sort of powder which you put in the drink, and then out of water you have Coca-Cola, for example, which was, I mean, it was so cool. I used it. It actually tasted good, really good. And we walked around Tallinn, and this is the day where we performed on stage. And now from 3 minute pitch, we had to condense into 1 minute, which was so hard. But and this was on a very big stage. And okay, I thought it will go on here, but it was on a very big stage with like 400 people. And yeah, so let me show you a couple of more stories which were interesting. This was in the marketplace in Tallinn. Every company had their booth, and this is where the interviews were, right? We designed our own booth like this, like you see in the story, and company officials from FedEx, Manpower Group, from BNY Mellon, like different banks, or also Citibank, a very high-ranking official. They came to us, asked us about the company, asked us question, and they had to decide if they like us or not to give us points. And now let me go through. Let me get to the interesting part. So we asked a couple of, companies what they do, and this was the awards dinner. So it looks very fancy, as you can see. And this was, oops, don't want to spoiler. And this was the, outcome. So this is, yeah, it's a full building with different tiny foods which you almost couldn't pick with your fork because it was so fancy. Now, we actually won the FedEx award. So FedEx, every company had their own award, and we won the FedEx award because they liked us most, right? We were like an English-speaking company. We had an English-speaking game developed in 3 weeks, and also we won the Manpower Group Award, which is a company which creates. So Manpower is a company which is like they help companies to be motivated, essentially. They create a better process in their work, and they liked our motivation, our team, how we built the team, and so they gave us their award. And this is how it looked like in the end, right? So we were brought onto stage. We couldn't believe when they announced our name, because we only wanted to have fun, and we didn't expect to be like the best company or like, have actually be on stage. And yeah, this is how it looked like. Lots of people. We had live music, live performance, and we won this sign, right? FedEx Access Award, Manpower Access Award. We won AirPods. Those AirPods, they are branded, like here in my camera. And yeah, so this is a bit about and we actually became the third best company in whole Europe. And there were like 15,000 companies in whole Europe, which we won against. And I learned so much, and I want to share with you guys my biggest learnings. And those learnings, it's things that people learn when they enter like a working relationship after school, after years of working. And now let me show you what I mean. So those are the biggest learnings I had, because please mute yourself. Okay, thank you.
I did that. Yeah.
These are the biggest learnings I had. As you can tell, I learned so much just through doing. And in my view, in order to get things going, you actually must start doing and not just think, because thinking doesn't bring you anything. And I wrote here, sometimes democracy just sucks. And democracy is great up until one point. And we needed 3 weeks for our logo. And that was just because of democracy. And don't get me wrong, it's democracy is nice, but you need to spend your time as efficiently as possible. So listen to your gut feeling, and sometimes just do your thing in the team if you're 100% sure it is working. If you're uncertain, lean back and think with the whole group. But just do it, because if I needed 3 weeks for this logo here in the box that I am holding, if I needed 2 weeks for this, what I'm writing here, if I spent two weeks for deciding how my software will look like for my business right now, I wouldn't be talking here. Okay. But I wouldn't have like a nice business that I'm proud of. So, and also, so this is the first point. Now, if you're thinking of starting something, if you're thinking of oh yeah, should I go into the gym or maybe not, because my parents were fat already, and it's just genetics. My poor genetics don't allow me to have a nice bikini body or have a six pack. Also, if you're not sure if it's worth it trying entrepreneurship, for example, if you're not sure, trying this and this and this personal brand, whatever, you maybe didn't hurt your ego, but you 100% failed. But if you're trying, you gave your best, maybe it works, right? You always need to see what's the worst that can happen and what's the best what can happen. Because the best that can happen is that it's working. The worst that it can happen is that it's not working. And if you don't try, it's definitely not working. So that's this point now. And in order to start, you don't need to be an expert, right? If you want to hit the gym, don't watch too much theory, just start it. Because if you watch too much theory, the biceps ain't growing. Or the business is not making money if you don't start, right? So you don't need to be an expert. You learn on the go from mistakes you make. And this is very important. This is like my journey as the CEO from the old company. I learned from the mistakes. There were no possible mistakes that could have brought me in jail, whatever, right? I tried. Now, it's always nice to rely on people, but don't always rely on people who you think are the authority. Now, what do I mean by this? There's always authority in our life. It might be the boss at your current work position. Your authority might be, Elias, your teacher, right? Or your parents. Your authority might be, yeah, everyone has parents, right? So it's not only for young people. Just because someone is in a certain position doesn't mean he's an expert. My teacher, for example, and he's a really great teacher, right? But the teacher who I had the student company with, I suggested him a shop system, but he said, no, let's not do it because it sounds like it's some Chinese thing. It was Shopify, but Shopify is like here, like Apple. It's like the best shop system out there, but I trusted him because he's the authority. But now my shop right now is running through Shopify, and that's like the best company, the best supplier. And yes, so always work goal oriented. If you're thinking 3 weeks about a logo and your goal is to win this competition, you should think about how to actually have a good product and how to actually have a good presentation, etc., and not the logo. If your goal is to make money, don't look at the design of the thank you cards too much because you already got paid. So why would you spend too much money on the next thank you email or the next, or if your goal is to have a good job, I don't know, maybe if you wear the wrong shoe color, which doesn't match your outfit, this will not hold you back in your success of getting a good job, right? So don't focus, guys, on little things because it won't bring you far away. And if someone bites you, you must bite back. Maybe your parents taught you from young on that if someone pushes you, you must be the smart guy and not push him back, or at least not say anything because he's dumb, but you're the smart guy, so you don't need to say anything. Who of you guys had who had those parents who taught you not to bite back, but be the smart guy?
I did.
Yeah, you did, Michelle?
Yeah, definitely. My dad, he was
Yeah.
always on the case.
And what's your experience with it of not biting back in life?
Well, I mean, to be the smart one, you can bite back, but just how to do it. There's ways to bite back, but by doing it smart, you don't have to be, a bitch about it, or you can do it very gently, and that can also hurt more in the end.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Because I know, I think you must bite back. It's like if the pig, this disgusting animal, bite you, if you will bite back the pig, you will be in shit. So don't you waste energy on this. The perfect bite back if when you achieve your goal, and then they look at you like from the bottom, like they look at you like on top. So it's the best bite back. So there is not necessary to play with pick in the shit.
Yeah,
So
the
Yeah,
that's my
my
opinion.
best
I don't know.
revenge is success.
my
Yes,
part is the
what
same
perfect.
as
Yeah,
you.
Jasper say that what I can talk.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Elias,
for
what
me,
would you
same,
like?
like Kirill, like always same. When I got told like if someone bites you, you have to bite back because they think they cannot play with you.
Yeah,
They don't respect you if you
yeah.
don't bite back. So
If
always
someone
bite back.
if someone punches you and you don't punch back, he'll punch again. So you need to
Yeah,
punch to show who you are. And same
yeah,
with
that's it.
people at work who want to bully you, for example, or people at school. I got bullied in fifth grade,
Yeah,
and
me too.
I
In the first place.
yeah, but I didn't bite back, right? And this still, I mean, it's not right. Now, let's not the time is kind of running out, but I just want to move on to the next point and also show you guys why I'm actually here and why and what I'm actually doing right now. So I started my new project and I was, every year on in the Eastern time, like on in March, we like my family and I, we visit my great grandma up in Schwerin, which is a city that's 6 hours drive from my place in Frankfurt. And we drive there every year just to visit her grave. She's my great grandma. Now I see my mom standing at her grave, and I myself, I don't really know who she is. Okay, I saw her when I was 3 years old, but I wasn't like not mentally awake when I was three, like all of us. I kind of remember her, but never got to know her. And I looked at a couple of possibilities how I can, preserve her life and also the life of my grandma, because guess what? I will have kids sometime and they will not know about my grandma as well. And so I love her, and I was looking at a couple of options. And I saw a company in Germany which actually engraved QR codes into headstones. But the software looked so bad, and you had to drive to that company. They need to be like locally available, so it works. And I was thinking I can make it better. And so I was thinking, what can I do to actually have QR codes which everyone can have and which does not cost 500 euro or dollars to engrave permanently into the stone. And so I was thinking of some kind of metal which you can put on the headstone. And I have here this prototype of a QR code which was made out of steel and it's gray. But well, I like black more. Black means, I mean, black is just cleaner in my opinion. It just looks better on a, brown headstone, for example. And so I needed a design. I don't know what type of design I want to do. So I had this star in mind. I had this unlimited thing in mind. I had this cloud in mind because, when someone passes away, you can think that they're going to the cloud, right? Uh, into the sky, right? And I called the company Eternal Clouds. This was my idea, and also had the name Remember Tag, and also had this and this idea and those designs. But I wasn't sure about the cloud, and I was thinking of a flower because every grave has flowers. And then I had this first, and this was the final design at the bottom right. And now okay, good. Now you have a QR code. Now you have the design. What else? What do you need in order to create this platform? You're creating a software. I didn't have much money. I did e-commerce before to get, my start capital, but I didn't have so much. So I really need to cut costs. And so I designed the platform myself. As you can see here, you have like the biography, the timeline, you have the photos, you have tributes, and I designed it all in Canva, which is like a graphics design tool. I did it myself. I built the app design in this, right? It's as if you do it in PowerPoint. It's like the same because this is Canva. I'm presenting this through Canva. So yeah, and I found a developer, and as you can see here, this is more technical for the people who like technical stuff. I described every button to him. I described every function. I described, this map is just a Google integration. This here, there should be a vertical scroll bar or yeah, an optional thing. Here, margin. For your info, there should be some margin, those buttons, this will, yeah, do this and this. And so this is how I actually, in this photo editing tool, I actually designed this. And then after designing the platform, which was just designed, it was not like programmed, I already went into researching. I went into researching good companies which could create those metallic tags, and I literally searched, I literally contacted every company in Germany. Every company in Germany. I spent hours in the evenings, nights to research companies and made this Excel sheet. Okay, what colors are possible, what thickness is possible, notes, already contacted yes or no, replied blah blah, and I thought of so this is how I called them. I emailed them, and also same with the packaging. This packaging here, it's I needed to find, this was my like my first packaging. Imagine how this looks compared to this, right? And take a look again here on my camera. Look at this difference, right? So with the design, there was a good progress, but I had to start somewhere. So I got this company which created for me. They found the price good, and then I had to send them how it should look like. And I had no idea, right? I needed to find a good design. And so I took literally a piece of paper. I cut it out. I took my ruler and thought, okay, how can I incorporate a QR code here? What should be the margin, like the sizing, the radius in millimeters? Where will be the text? And I ordered this tag from a random website. And with this tag, I made my marketing. So I didn't have the platform. I didn't have the boxes. I started the marketing, but I had a website with photos from here, and I had a pre-order list. And those are just, prototypes that I had found in my gallery. So this, for example, is exactly what you see here. Not exactly, it looks a bit different, right, on my screen. But this is how it then arrived. And after the boxes came, also the remember tags came, and they looked like this in those packages, right? They had a silver lining around them, which I didn't like, but I got rid of it. And I'll show you the product later on in detail. And I had different versions of those tags. I had this quality, I had this one. It was this thick, this was thinner, but it was more gray. This one was made out of different material, right? And this photo is actually from the past, right? I mean, I drew it on my paper, like the motif. And yeah, now, of course, I had my product now. I need to fulfill the orders. This is how it looked like. This is how my living room looked like. I had so many orders and so many people who paid and were on the waiting list. I then had the problem that it wouldn't fit in the car, almost. I called 3 of my friends and also my one friend. Sorry, this was a later time, but I called a friend of mine and also my girlfriend. We all packaged everything up. And yeah, this is what it then looked like. And we all brought it to the supermarket, which had a post office in it. So we went with four boxes, as you can see here, into the supermarket, and the people, you cannot imagine how they looked at us, right? They thought we were like, I don't know, whatever this is, and those black bags. Yeah, it was very funny, but also I had problems. Now we come into the problem part of my life, because I had a very hard time, and I'll show you guys why. First of all, this business brought lots of problems because customers received this tag at the beginning, which turned brown. Then they received this tag, which literally the color peeled off. Can you imagine this? And the QR code is not readable. And then luckily I had this backup, right? I had like 200 units of those, and I replaced them all. Michelle, you know what I'm talking about, right? So this is what I mean.
Sorry,
Yes,
all
yeah,
the QR codes are unique on each
Every
and
QR code is correct.
yeah, okay.
Then I received QR codes which had literally like black glue on the side. And those people are spending money for this. And I demanded my money back so hard. I just threw this away. Yeah. Also, my box arrived. This was the next problem. As you can see here, this is orange color in the camera. This is orange. But here, this box is like it should be golden, like here, but it was like not golden foil, it was golden color. Yeah, so the color was wrong on 500 boxes. Yeah, and then my dad left us finally. And now, why am I saying this? My father, he was addicted to beer, to alcohol, because he had problems which he didn't want to address. He was not, well, man enough to address his own problems. And so it is very important that every one of us addresses his own problems, is not shy about like talking about those problems, because if you don't talk about it, it is still in yourself, right? Because it's there for a reason, right? Because you didn't solve it yourself. So you need to talk about your problems to solve them. But this man, he didn't do it. And he was still very close. I have some thoughts why he might have had his addiction, but still he moved out. And I had finals. I had school at that time. And imagine this, I'm learning in the living room for my final exams, 5 exams, which were the most important of my life. I learned those, and I saw all these boxes. I saw my father, who I know he's going to move out. I saw this TV. We had the TV, which he will take with him, which is wrapped around in plastic because he will transport it, right? So I had my business. I had those problems with the business. I had problems with myself, with discipline, productivity, and I'll show you how to be productive in a moment. So what brought me like the best results? And I had finals. All this combined, it was a really hard time. But I'm also happy it happened, because I'm happy this shit time that I had to go through it, because I actually grew. And through pain, you gain, essentially. As you get you're facing a situation, you have to overcome it. Yeah. Then I graduated. This was the last day in school. This is me. This is my friend, a friend from school. And yeah, those were my friends. For some reason, I always had Asian friends for some reason, and I also know words in Korean. I guess I like the food. This is my girlfriend, and she helped me also like a lot, personally. And I graduated, and I got out of prison. I got out of school. I didn't have to hear what other people. I didn't have to hear that I need to shut up about what I'm thinking, right? Because when you're in school, you're essentially told to shut up and listen. right? You're not allowed to talk to other people. You must do what another person is telling you to. And yeah, fun fact, this was my poster, which my girlfriend designed. So everyone had posters. I had a different one. Everyone had like a fun poster. I had a Rolls Royce and a Lamborghini and a private jet and also Dubai skyline in the background. I always liked those kind of things. And so yeah, I stood out kind of with my poster as I stand out with everything that I have in a positive way. This was a lot of input, but I promise I will not take too long. Now, what is Remember Tag doing now? Or actually, I didn't even show how far I came with Remember Tag. So I had lots of customers from the like worldwide. I'm shipping worldwide. I had 75 million views on my videos across social media. I have 130,000 followers across Instagram. And all that because of a skill. I learned the skill of going viral, making good videos, and I got free advertising through it. And I was also on TV because of it. Oh, and by the way, I was also on TV here with my student company. I'm sorry for the sound. I was on TV 2 times with the student company, which was very nice, but doesn't bring you anything actually in life. Doesn't make you happier, doesn't bring you money, make you more friends. But just as a side fact, now I took this momentum from Remember Tag to build a B2B team, right? So now I can say in the US, when I approach monument companies that we have this and this, and we're this big and this popular, and I'm building a team of salespeople. And I talked to Callum, who also does sales, and we're in contact. So this is why I love this community so much, is because we all have different backgrounds and we all have different knowledges from different topics, niches, and we all, if there's one problem, this can always get solved because one person always knows something, right? And let's talk about my top learnings from Remember Tag. And then we talk about productivity, a very short, briefly. And then we talk also about manifestation and the craziest thing that happened with manifestation. It's like winning the lottery for me. And I'll tell you guys, and it's like it's insane. Now, regarding my learnings, so I provide more value to you people. If you have something planned, don't listen to other people too much. If you're 100% sure something will work, and those people tell you no, it will not work, whatever, don't listen to them, except they are in like the position that you want to be in. So if you want to have a certain life, and the person who's living that life, who achieved that life, tells you that you should not do it, listen to them. If Is any one of you a teacher? No? Okay. If a teacher tells
I
you,
am a teacher.
Michelle is a teacher.
no, but in school?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I used to be before we moved to Spain.
Okay, then we skip this one. But
No, you're fine. I don't like teachers either.
if a teacher tells you to go study, go be a good girl or good boy, and if a teacher tells you to do this and this, don't necessarily listen to them and just have a look outside the window into the teacher parking lot. And you don't see like those cars that you have in your dreams. This is just, you always need to. So in my view, it's better to listen to a person which is in the certain point of life where you want to be. Also parents. But sorry to my mom who's listening in the recording, but parents, they want us to succeed, but maybe they have an old viewpoint because back then having a degree was really good because not many people had one. But now everyone has a degree, but not many people do their own thing. Not many people have a personal brand, do business, do this, invest in stocks, right? Maybe our parents had bad experience in stocks, and so they tell us not to do it. But actually, there are also people like Warren Buffett and a bunch of other people who make so much money from investing, right? So listen to the people who actually are in this position. And if something doesn't work, but you 100% believe it, just do it. I believed in my product. I believe in it all the time, but it didn't work. So I had 1 million views in February when I did my marketing, and I had 2 sales. And some people said stop the product because if you have 100 million views, then you will have maybe 20 sales, whatever, right? No, I believed in it, kept going, changed the market. I did not do German market because Germany doesn't care so much about a product like this. It's just the culture. But I changed it into English international, and it blew up. So if you believe in something, just do it and don't listen too much to the other people. Also, you should have your goals on the wall because you can be motivated. But motivation is only there for the start. After motivation runs out, you have discipline. If you're not disciplined, it is best to have some vision board, or you need to at least see your goals, or see your goals at your desktop or background on your phones. So this is, for example, my car, and this is the date that I want to have it in. I want to have this car in 2 months, but it costs, and it's reminding me every day that I must like do it. Don't look at the phone. Don't be on Instagram. Work for it. And no matter how bad I feel after I see the screen, my vision board, whatever, feel better. So guys, think of how you want to live in the next year, next 2 years, and next 5 years, and next 10 years, and then and then you have an orientation. And you stay disciplined if motivation runs out. If you want to hit the gym, but you're not becoming disciplined, and after a month, put like an Arnold Schwarzenegger a poster on your wall, or like I don't know, some female model on your poster if you really want to achieve it. Okay, now let's talk about, this is the last part of the presentation, how to be as productive as possible. And I want to ask you guys what your experience is. It might be studying for university. It might be your hobby. It might be a business. It might be the gym, anything, something that you're working on, your job. So how are you guys as productive as possible? Anything, any special tip that you guys have? You can just unmute yourself.
Kannst du kurz die Frage in Deutsch sagen? Ich habe nicht mehr verstanden.
Wie bist du so produktiv wie möglich?
Also, wie meinst du, wie produktiv?
Also, wenn du jetzt zum Beispiel etwas vorhast, ein Ziel,
Ja.
zum Beispiel lernen, tust du dein Handy zum Beispiel aus deinem Zimmer oder
Ah, okay,
I will,
okay, okay.
du kannst es sagen, and I will translate what you're saying to everyone, okay? Also
Ja, okay, okay. Ja, also, wenn ich irgendwas machen will,
Mhm.
dann konzentriere ich mich halt, oder wenn ich lernen will oder so, dann leg ich zum Beispiel mein Handy einfach irgendwo anders hin. Oder wenn ich zum Beispiel im Training was schaffen will. So, das mache ich am meisten.
Okay,
Dann setze ich mich erstmal vor der Übung 2 Minuten hin und gehe alles durch in meinen Kopf und versuche mich einfach zu konzentrieren. So.
also du legst dein Handy weg, ja?
Also ja, zum Beispiel, wenn ich lernen will, lege ich mein Handy weg, oder wenn ich zum Training gehe, 2 Minuten vor der Übung hinsetzen, einfach nur nichts denken, so.
Nichts denken? Okay.
Nichts denken.
Also bevor du mit dem Gym anfängst, nichts denken.
Also ja, bevor ich mit der Übung, also Training, Touren.
So. Übrigens, wie alt bist du?
Ich bin 14.
Okay. So, guys, I will translate what Elias just said, and this guy is 14 years old. So, like, massive respect, Elias. Mein massivsten Respekt, dass du hier bist. Massive respect that you're here. Like, honestly, when I was 14, I played Minecraft, Bed Wars. I was really good at it, but I never had the thought of joining like this great
Yeah,
community.
I was playing FIFA ago, but then I realized, oh shit, there's the call, and I was like, oh, then I went,
I mean, and also your English is so good, and
yeah,
this is really great. Now, Elias is so the way that Elias is productive is when he's learning, he takes his phone, puts it into another room. And you can apply it's such a mature thing to do because he has a goal, he's following it. And when you're working at your job, also just put your phone away. And actually, this is also what I do. I leave my phone in my room where I sleep, and I come here and only have my PC. And when Elias is at the gym, he doesn't have his phone. Or hast du dein Handy im Gym?
yeah. So I had my phone, but before my routine, I just calm down and
Yeah.
don't think about anything. So
Yeah,
yeah.
this guy has his phone, but he just sits down, doesn't do anything, and then he starts concentrating on those reps. Now, any other uh, any other advice that you guys do in order to be productive with something? Or what's a production killer?
Your telephone.
Telephone?
I would say is the number one enemy we have right now. There is a lot of different concepts you can use, but working in you put like a 40-minute window, like a timer, work for 40 minutes, not leave the chair, not do anything, and then break it down into different parts and break down your goals like you do with business also. To break down everything into pieces, manageable pieces, so you can have that goal. You feel same with you write things down and you can do that. You can cross it off that you've done it. Like you cross off your day and you have maybe 5 or 15 things that you've done every day. You check them off. That will drastically improve your productivity. For example, to Elias, if you to anybody actually, but use a productivity app or something and then check off things. Brush my tooth, brush my teeth, make my bed, go to the bus. Da, da, da. If you break off these things, even though it might sound ridiculous, you're gonna feel better about yourself by doing this small task and accomplishing them.
100%. Now, I would like everyone of you guys, Mike, Sana, Cooper, Abba, Mitchell, to take out your phones and now open the settings app. Yeah, Mike, don't lie there. Actually do it. And look at your screen time. And please write in the chat what the most screen time app is.
This would be interesting.
I'm gonna say a disclaimer right now because I do all my work online practically, so I bet you have the highest, but let's find out.
Yeah, Michelle and me the same. I might have like 10 hours or something.
I would
Daily or
just say it
weekly?
as well.
I am
think
so bad at technology. I don't even know how to find it.
Mine is 10 hours a day.
I would say
So
that.
mine's like 3 hours, but today I was like very much on CapCut, so I just made some edits for fun. But yeah, actually I think like 1 in 40 hours on CapCut, but totally like 3 hours on phone, so not very much.
My one so far
what
is
app? Guys,
10
what
hours.
Please, what do you say, Salam? 10 hours?
Yes, 10 hours.
Do you work on your phone?
Yeah,
Oh, okay. Well,
but
yeah, okay. We got
still.
Johanna at 11, 12. We got Michelle at 7, 8
Mhm.
hours for Julian. I know Mickey doesn't have a lot of hours. He is not very active on his phone. You can barely reach him, so.
So I mostly
Yeah.
Instagram, Snapchat. Snapchat.
Instagram, Snapchat. What else,
And
guys?
Blockbuster.
Blockbuster. Instagram,
Blockbuster. Oh,
Snapchat.
Blockbuster.
Okay.
It's like doing cubes. It's like braining game.
Yeah. Okay, that's good. Mostly Instagram, Barry. So what about everyone else? You guys wrote your times, but you didn't write which app. This was the most important question.
Where Barry got 6 hours, mostly Instagram.
Mhm.
Mine is mostly the camera, but that's because I film all the time.
Okay.
So it's just the camera setting.
Now,
WhatsApp.
WhatsApp. Okay, interesting. Okay. So yeah, I
Like
see
I
Instagram
guess
lot.
I have, like very long hours on Instagram too, but I have like app limits, so I cannot be so much on my phone. So
Wait, I want to hear the Moldovan prince. Did you say WhatsApp? How many hours?
I can't give
Disclose.
you hours because my screen time is turned off because it takes a lot of battery. But I watch which the app takes the most battery,
Yeah.
and it's WhatsApp.
So the fifth horseman is WhatsApp. Okay.
So everyone, we have Instagram, we have, yes, YouTube, we have, well, yeah, we have social media. Do I see TikTok? No, thank God. I don't like TikTok.
Cooper
But
have
yeah,
a little bit of
Instagram.
TikTok actually.
Now, you guys, look, we all have so many hours in our lives dedicated to Instagram. Ad blocker web browser, very nice sound. Now, how would your life look like if you had 5 minutes of Instagram time? And this is my advice to you guys. We have so much dopamine coming from Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok. It's like a dopamine machine. It's like the most advanced algorithm to hook us guys. And for everyone who doesn't know, dopamine is like th this molecule, this hormone, which makes us happy, which makes us happy. So we press this button of happiness, and then we feel like shit because we've flooded our brain with it, and we didn't achieve anything, right? It's like if you want to bulk for gym, you can go into McDonald's and eat a bunch of hamburgers, right? And fries, or you can eat rice and chicken and eggs, whatever, get your calories and proteins from that, and then you'll feel much better. And that's the same with dopamine. And nobody, like I don't hear anyone talking about it. And I follow lots of self-improvements pages on Instagram, right? But now I have limited my Instagram to 5 minutes a day. And also TikTok, but I don't use TikTok, but still did it. And 20 minutes YouTube. And the thing about dopamine is that dopamine is everywhere. And dopamine, it's not like we get less dopamine. We always have the same dopamine, but we get it from different sources. Now, 2 million years ago, the caveman got dopamine rush because he killed this tiger and brought the flesh, whatever, the leather, to his lovely lady. And this was his dopamine. He hunted, found, I don't know, berries or whatever, built a bed out of wood, and this was his dopamine. And how about we don't take the dopamine from doing nothing, but we take dopamine from cooking healthy. We get dopamine from going into the gym. We get dopamine from learning 2 hours without a break. And that's our dopamine rush. Imagine how powerful it is. And this is what I'm doing right now. So look, at the right side, you see Google Calendar, right? I use Google Calendar for like since December. I track everything I do. Like I go to the toilet, that's in Google Calendar. Meet with my girlfriend, that's in Google Calendar. It's reserved. I talk to my mother, it is in Google Calendar. I eat everything. And here at the top, you see blue, lots of blue things. You see, I don't know, you see chill, you see chill, you see chill, you see YouTube videos, chill on the bed, eat, there's nothing. Then you see Bruder, keine Ahnung, which means brother, I don't know. So because on Monday I was doing nothing, like laying on the bed. And then I made one change, which changed everything. And this is the screen time. I did 5 minutes Instagram, 20 minutes YouTube. Boom, my day is now completely filled up with the meeting other people.
Do you plan this ahead or are you tracking it afterwards?
I track it ahead, like one day in advance.
Okay.
I track what I do live time, and I track it in advance. So after this meeting, I will, for example, make it like bigger in my calendar, and then the overpowered thing is that you can actually see and track how productive you were.
I'm glad you mentioned that you will extend the time. We're running out of time, so we have to we have to wrap up soon. I know people want to go to bed. It's late for some
Of
people. Yeah,
course.
sorry, Dennis.
Yeah, so this is the Google Calendar productivity hack. And also, guys, do this screen time thing. Now, okay, then let's talk about manifestation for 5 minutes and then we're done. Now, I must tell you guys a story. I always follow people who are successful because I have this thought of being with them at one point in my life. And the video that you see here of this young guy in his Porsche going to school, and this video went viral. I'm not even talking. I followed him because I thought, wow, it would be so cool to actually meet this guy.
Oh,
Yeah, and this is him. And it's actually crazy. So I actually met this guy who's from this video, who I followed half a year ago, and I met up with him and his friend, but I met him through his friend. So I messaged him, and then we ate, we went out, and I asked him, okay, guys, actually, what do you do? Show me. And then he showed me this picture. And, I had this idea in mind that it would be nice to meet people like him and actually met him. And manifestation, this is what's called manifestation. And it isn't manifestation might sound childish or girly for the masculine hard boys here, but I don't see any, luckily. But actually, manifestation is it's like a physical, it's like a law, right? Like this piece of metal, I might not believe in law of gravity, but if I let go of it, it will fall down. And the same is with manifestation. We actually manifest everything, right? There are different laws, like everything is balanced, right? We have male energy, like Jeff Bezos, who's working all day long, and he has like this much money. And we have female energy, which is like spiritual girls, but both are like almost equally successful. And imagine if you combine this male and female energy into your life, you will not like imagine you manifest, right? This is what I mean by female energy. You manifest this dream body, this bikini body, and then see it on your wall every day, and then you will actually become it not in 1 year, but maybe 60 months because you've manifested it. And also, and it's and like the balance thing also goes for other things because every extreme, and this is the last point I want to bring across for you guys, every extreme is bad for you. Going too much to the gym is bad for you, but going not into the gym is bad for you. Working too much is bad for you, but also not working at all, doing nothing on your sofa is also bad for you. And so you always need to find this balance. And you see this logo here, yin and yang. Yin and yang is a symbol for this balance. And whenever someone annoys you, like imagine someone is so unproductive, extremely unproductive. It is because you are extremely overproductive, and so you need to find that balance. If you're skinny and fat people annoy you, or the other way around, because fat people think skinny people are skeletons, then they are on one extreme and the other extreme annoys them. And with this, guys, I'm thanking you for listening to me, right? It was like packed of value, but I really hope that I made that I made some change in your lives with the productivity or manifestation or whatever like inspiration I did for you. I would be very happy if I did like 1% better. If you liked my story, you can follow me on Instagram at dennis.rodin. I'm not so active on it as you can tell, as you saw before, but I have 5 minutes on it, screen time.
Yeah.
But this is temporary. But if you would like to connect, please message me. I would like to get you guys know more. And also, I would love if something has changed and you can tell me if I inspired you guys.
Thank you so much, Dennis. Thank you for sharing your story
Thank you,
about your
Dennis.
incredible product, man.
It
Before we
was amazing.
go and before we give a big thank you to Dennis for being our first speaker here in the Lighthouse community, was it's a big, it's kind of scary, you know, for a lot of people. It could be scary to tell your story and talk about who you are and what you're doing, and especially when it's your second language, and like Dennis mentioned, he's a native German speaker in Germany.
German and
Yeah,
Russian.
yeah, exactly.
Да, на
So-
русском было бы
So it was-
вообще
Thank you so
круто.
much.
Было бы еще лучше.
Ну, извините, ребята.
Да, все нормально, все нормально.
We can also speak en français. I know a bit.
There you can talk to Florian. Before we go,
Attention, attention avec le français.
there you go. Now the French Revolution is here. I just want to say before some people go, on Tuesday, the 22nd of October, Julian is speaking. This is going to be his first TED talk, as I will call them, the Light Talks here in the Lighthouse. He's going to be talking about NLP, hypnosis, and some other interesting stuff. And that will be on Tuesday, the 22nd of October, same time, same channel. And I will see you all there. And again, Dennis, thank you so much for being here. And thank
Yeah,
you for sharing
very
your
much.
story.
Thank you.
Thank you,
Dennis.
everybody who's been listening.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you,
Was
thank
a
you, thank
pleasure.
you.
Dennis.
Thank you
And
guys
also,
for
one more
안녕하세요.
thing,
Amazing.
anybody.
Thank you, Dennis.
Thank you.
Good story.
It
I
was
just wanted to
very
give a
interesting.
shout out to Cooper if he was still here. I don't know if he left. He might have run out. But anyways, he's launching a special community tomorrow with business development within spirituality, I would say, if that could be is that correct, Mitchell?
Yeah, it's for entrepreneurs in a bunch of different aspects called the Conscious Creators Kingdom. Kind of working alongside him on things there, but yeah, it'll be cool. I'm excited
Yeah.
for him to see what
If
comes from
anybody
it.
want to know more, they could contact Mitchell or Cooper directly. With that said, have a great night, everybody, and thank you for letting us steal your time, your valuable time. Thank you.
Good night. Thank you.
Take
Bye-bye.
care, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Thanks, Dennis. Great story.
Thank you,
Later,
Dennis.
guys.
Thank you.
Thank you, Dennis. Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Dankeschön, Dennis. Gut gemacht.
Elias, Respekt, dass du das machst hier.
Kein
Krass.
Problem. Ich hab eh Ferien, von daher hilft mich das nicht. Also,
Ja,
Schulzeit ist ein bisschen gefährlich, aber Ferien, so weißt du.
ist ja auch recht.
Ne, äh, machst du gut auf jeden Fall. Sehr inspirierend, sehr inspirierend.
Danke, Mann. Ja, also, Bro, ich war genauso wie du, nur du bist sogar besser, weil, Digga, du machst bei solchen Gruppen mit, ich gar nicht.
Ja, ich hab mich auch von Coach and Play inspirieren lassen. Also wäre ich nicht bei denen, dann wäre ich auch nicht hier. Also, ja, vielen lieben Dank.
Yeah. So whoever wants to talk a bit, I'll be here for 5 minutes. What I just said to Elias is that, I mean,